Unboxing Week! Welcome to the second installation of Unboxing Week. Today, we have a beautiful package from one of the persons I talked about in the last video who rides for Cowply. He goes by the name of Matthew Packington. We have an unboxing from a company called 8 Equals Decks, and that is run by Matt Pack. Built to imperfection is their slogan. So I don't know exactly what I'm expecting because I think this is just like a low-key operation from him. He's not doing it like mass-produced on a huge scale like some other companies. It's made to imperfection. The reason that I was very attracted by this deck is by the unique shapes that he uses in the actual width of the deck. I think it's tapered off, kind of like what you've seen from Stacked in the past with their couple of different shapes like the Curb Crusher or the Shred Sled or things like that. I don't think this deck is just a popsicle. I think it's got a special shape to it, and the artwork that he uses is absolutely phenomenal. I'm a big fan of Matt Pack's photography, and he used some photos from it for this deck. I think this is like part of the photo series, and the photo is just I can't really categorize it because I don't know art terms or whatnot, but it's abstract. It's nice. I like it, and we're gonna unbox it. Let me go grab my scissors. I hope you guys are okay with the editing that I've been doing with these videos. Because I have 5 unboxings to grind out and kind of a quick period, I'm editing them kind of like I used to edit back when I only had iMovie. So I'm not putting too much emphasis into the editing process just so I can get these out for you. I hope you're okay with that. I know you've come to expect great quality out of me. There's no notes, and I did pay for this deck. So we're gonna give our complete honesty here, because usually if I don't pay for a deck and I don't like it, then I just won't review it at all and I'll tell the people. I don't like giving bad scores, but does that affect the integrity of my authentic reviews? Yes and no. Let's open this guy up. Pretty simple packaging, nothing special around it. Unravel the bubble wrap. Hold on, this one's for y'all right here. You ready? Oh, and we got the deck here. Ooh, we got some tape. Boom, look at that tape, guys. A little bit of that 8 equals, I get it. I get it now. If anyone who's ever done this on their computer before, we all discovered this at a very young age. 8 equals D looks quite phallic, if I do say so myself. Okay. Oh, we did get a note. Let's go. To Jeremy, thank you for buying a deck and supporting a small brand. He did the quotations, brand. This will probably be the worst deck you've put your fingers on, but I hope it'll blank. I don't know what that word is. It's okay. All love, 8 equals D. All right, you know, I've come in here expecting the worst, but maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, we got a nice like paper bagging wrap. Oh, and we got a little sticker. Let's go. It's like a vinyl, but it's the logo 8 equals D. Okay, from what I'm seeing from the top ply, it is a very light, natural wood grain top ply, but it looks really good. It's very clean on top. I really like the wood grain. The countersinks on top also look extremely clean. Usually when you get a deck that you know you're not gonna like, or is not gonna be the same quality that you've come to expect, you'll tell just by looking at the top ply. So far, so good. Let's drop the robe here. I don't want it to be upside down. Okay, I'll drop the robe for myself. You know, the grand reveal. Here we go. Bang. Man, I knew I really loved this graphic when I first saw it, but it looks even better in person. And if you took this picture, that's crazy, dude. That's absolutely crazy. You know, I'm very fond of your whole aesthetic, Matt. Yeah, you have a very authentic appeal to you. And I watch your stories every single day. I swear I do. And you always go out to these like, I don't know, like little flea market, like thrift shop type deals, and you find the craziest shit there, and you always post like a random picture of a box full of like old vintage toys, and I think that's where you got the inspiration. Let me just show y'all. It's like a whole bunch of Barbie dolls without their clothing, probably found at a thrift shop in a bucket of Barbies on sale. Look at that. And then you got the price tag at the bottom too. That's exactly where this came from. The graphic on the bottom isn't like a real wear. I think it might be a paper graphic. It's definitely not like a screen print So it's probably a paper graphic, but it looks really good. It's lacquered really well. There's a little bit of texture on the top. It's not going to be like that shiny, glossy finish that you'll see on RealWear decks. And the shaping of this isn't just like a standard popsicle. I think it tapers a little bit at the tail down here. If I can show y'all what we're looking at here, it's pretty low in terms of the shaping. Very similar to the cowply that I just reviewed. The tail's got a very minor kick, and the nose also has a very minor kick. The nose is much longer than the tail, it looks like. It's actually a pretty fat nose, and it tapers to be wider at the top here, so it's a little bit more rounded at the nose up here and a little more pointy at the bottom. The dips are quite accented as well on the top, but there is minimal concave on this deck. It's about 98 millimeters. I'm very accustomed to using 96s, in between 96 to 98, so this is pretty standard. And then the width at the nose, right around 32, and the width at the tail is right around about 31. Maybe it's 33 at the top, 31. There's definitely a slight taper, but it's almost unnoticeable. But overall, just from looking at it, this is not the worst deck I've ever seen. This is not the worst deck that I will ever review. I guarantee you that. Yeah, let's just set up this board and get to reviewing, all right? Okay, all right. I'm currently setting up the deck. I thought I would stop and tell you guys something I really appreciate that Matt Pack did for this deck that a lot of people don't do is, as you can see here, these bolts are going all the way through the board, and I did not have to tighten them at all. The screws should not be connected or threading onto the wood. They should be threading only to the truck, and that's it. When deck makers make it so that I can just push the screws through without having to tighten them through the actual plies of the board, it really makes me happy, and it makes the setup process a lot easier. So, thank you for doing that, Matt Pack. All right, I'm gonna finish setting up this board, and I'll get back to you. So, boys, I have set up the deck. As you can see here, I'm using these Broken Knuckle 32 millimeter trucks. They're painted white, and I got these from Sponsor Me Tape on his website. I don't know if they're available at the moment, but that's where I got them from. There is some Zane shit tuning in here, and then I have some G4 flat face wheels. The J wheels from Flat Face are some of my favorite. The material that they're made of is a little bit softer than the normal hard plastic that you'll find on most of the flat face wheels, so I love these. And then yeah, I put the standard skate grip on top, and this is Mob grip tape, and it looks really clean. I'm loving the setup. Let's just get into a kickflip test, boys. The first kickflip on this board. Now, I might not land this. I do not love skate grip. For a deck like this, where the artwork is just so beautiful, and he's anticipating me to expect less from it, might as well put the skate grip on there and just see how it performs. And I love this skate grip. The design on here is sick. So, kickflip with the skate grip, 8 equals deck. Here we go, kickflip. If I land this kickflip, I'll land this kickflip. I'll land it. I'll land it. First try, no problem. I'm getting a very good flick off of this board. The tail is almost perfect. What the fudge? How are you gonna tell me that this is gonna be the worst board and it feels this good? Okay, let's try a tray flip. Hold up. Okay, see there, tray flips are hard on skate grip for me. They are. To get that scoop. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should have put some real grip on here. That was an okay one. I like that one. Nollie heel. We gotta try a nollie heel, of course. Nollie heel first try. You like the video. It's required. I don't make the rules. Listen, I don't make the rules. But if I land this, you like the video. Here we go. First try. I mean, I know it's whack, but that's a first try nollie heel. This board feels really good. I can't believe that. Even with the skate grip, it feels really good. There's something about the tail design. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of a pointy tail. I'm really not. I don't like pointy tails or noses. I like very rounded off edges on my boards. But this tail, being a little bit shorter than the nose, of course, and having that pointier figure to it, feels really good. And the lack of concave actually makes these kickflips feel extremely clean. I've noticed that about a lot of boards with less concave, is when you land them, they're a bit cleaner. Because I don't know if y'all have ever seen this in some of my edits, but when I land, I'll do a little bit of a wobble sometimes. And that's when the board has a lot of concave, because I'm either leaning to the left or right of the concave. But when I land these kickflips, I'm just flat. It's almost like the perfect concave. I was expecting so little from this board. I really was. And yet it feels so good, even with the broken knuckle trucks that I normally hate. You're going above and beyond to really increase the appeal of this board, and I'm loving it. The shape on this deck, despite how low it is, pops extremely well. The graphic on this deck, 10 out of 10. Love this. You might not be the biggest fan of this, but I don't know. I think it's weird, and that's why I love it. The nose of this deck could use some work. That's the only thing I'll say about it. The nose feels a little weird in comparison to the tail. Like if I were to go off the tail doing a nollie trick, it feels really good. The nose has a little bit of disproportion to it. It's almost too long. But that's really my only complaint about this deck. 8 equals decks. I am giving you, oh, was that a notification? You already know. Turn on those post notifications, boys, down below. Back to what I was saying, 8 equals. I am giving your company a solid 9 out of 10. I said it. There's nothing about this deck that tells me that it's from an inexperienced craftsman. This thing is really well made, and I'm super impressed. You lowered my expectations, and maybe that's why I love it so much. You know, you go in not expecting a lot, and you get something as nice as this, and you're impressed. You really are. Thank you, Matt Pack, for giving me such a well-made fingerboard. This is great. If you haven't checked out 8 equals, man, they got some pretty sick graphics other than this one. Go check him out on Instagram. I think you can DM him to buy one. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one tomorrow. It's probably going to be a Zane shit unboxing, so that's going to be fun. I love you guys. Goodbye and good night. Peace.